Hi, if you're on this video, you already listened to the Pink Panther melody and hopefully told me how you felt. You might have said mischievous, worried, excited. After you listen to it, this is a video of how to recreate the Pink Panther melody. While you're learning the Pink Panther, we're learning a new thing called triplets. So what we're used to is TT or one and or tika tika, one yanda. What happens if you want a combination of both of these feelings on one beat? You call it three even sounds called triplet. So we have T, T, triplet, tika, tika, T, T. Triplet. If you have a rest here, you still have the pullet. It has even sounds to the beat. The next thing you're going to see is dotted rhythms. You're going to be able to see that there's a long note and then short notes, and sometimes it might look flipped around. The main idea that I want you to get is that they're going to use dotted, uneven sounds to one beat. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. When you see a dot, that's going to be worth half of the beat that it's represented. So this is a dotted eighth note, so it's an eighth note plus half of an eighth note, which is 16th. I know that sounds really confusing, but it's really just this. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. And if it's vice versa, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. So why do they have rhythms? To show emotion. Another way to show emotions that you're going to see in the upcoming melody is accidentals. You're going to see sharps, and in this key, there are sharps that are supposed to be here. Every F sharp is supposed to be here. But if you see any flats or other sharps other than F sharp, that's called an altering accidental. It's altering the note to add emotion in effect. Sometimes they even take away the sharps that are supposed to be there, and they call that naturals. So now let's look at our melody. And what you do when you play a melody is you want to sing it, clap it, phrase it. And I know this might look like a lot, but I want you to take it in small phrases. You can record yourself on Soundtrap, stopping and starting as much as you want to, but I would like a fluid melody line by saying the names. So first, the thing you want to do is say the rhythms. Every time we see a short note, we're going to say short. Every time we see a long note, we're going to say long. So here we go. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. And here we have a triplet, but it's a rest there. So it's pullet, triplet. And that's what it is. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Pullet, triplet. And then we do it again, but here we'll notice right here it's a little bit different. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. And we hold that out for a whole note. Then we have rest to back to the beginning. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Pullet, triplet. So that's pretty much the same. That's exactly the same thing, just kind of started a little earlier. And the last part is all of these long, short dotted rhythms. Long, short, long, short, long, short, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, triplet, TT. And we say that TT, and you hold it out because there's a tie there. So there's a lot of rhythms. Now, the rhythms make the dotted rhythms here, all these dotted rhythms, every time you see a dot, even a rest, is making suspenseful feelings. Suspenseful feelings. Now, we're also going to note that the pitches also show suspensefulness too. Right away, instead of being in the key of E minor, which we're in, we start on an accidental. D sharp B, F sharp G, and you would practice that. D sharp E, F sharp G, C, B, E, G, B. Then we go down a half step flat, rest, A, G, E, D, E. D sharp B, F sharp G, D sharp B, F sharp G, C, B, E, B, E, flat. Notice all those flats? D sharp B, F sharp G, D sharp E, F sharp G, C, B, E, B, B flat. A, G, E, D, E. Have a measure to get yourself together. E D B A G A B flat 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 A G E D E E. So when you put it together, it might sound a little crazy, but you just kind of try your best and phrase it as well as you can. Even if you just want to practice every red phrase, you can do that. You can combine the red phrases. Now I'm going to show you how to put it into Soundtrap. So now we're going to put Pink Panther into our Soundtrap. And if you're in piano on xylophones, you would play the piano notes. Right now I'm going to focus on the green notes with the Soundtrap notes. You would play it exactly the same way. You would just use, instead of the green notes that I'm saying, you would say the black notes that are there. So here we go. I'm going to record one phrase at a time, and you try to do it. Here we go. So I have... I'm going to put stop to pause it. So that's my first phrase. Now, how did I practice that? I did it phrase by phrase before. And then when I felt good, I did all 5 phrases. You can stop and start as many times as you want. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stop after the comma M because I've realized when I look ahead, I have CMQ number 1, which is B, E flat. Okay, I'm using those accidentals. You're using all those things. So I'm going to stop and I'll practice that a little bit on my own in a second. So I'm going to record myself doing phrase 1, 2, and 3. And I stop. I press the stop button. And then I'm going to practice CMQ1. Make sure my fingers, make sure I have those dotted rhythms, and I got the 1 is an E flat or D sharp. So I'm going to record myself now. I'm going to press stop, and the next part is exactly the same as the first phrase. So I'm just going to play the whole thing. Here I go. I got my triplets in it, I have my dotted rhythms, I have my accidentals and my D sharps in there. Now I'm going to just practice these phrases one at a time and record it one at a time. So I have Q period M and B, C. That's hard, okay? So I'm going to try to practice that. It's a long, short, long, short, long, short. So I'm going to try that. So I have Q. Sorry. So I just do the first strings, Q period M. Then I'm going to try, and just practice that. Really make sure I have the right green notes. That's not really dotted rhythm, so now I'm going to try. See how that's long, short, long, short? And I'm going to record myself just playing that. Okay, here I go. And then I stop. And the next phrase is just JN, 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 JN 4 times. And it's short, long for a dotted rhythm. So here I go. I'm going to practice just like that. B flat and N. I have my accidentals in it. Here we go. And that's it for that one. And then I'm going to practice B, C, X, C, C. Okay, this is a tied rhythm, so I'm just going to hold it out for 2 beats and an 8th beat. So I play B, X, C, C. And that's my melody. I'm showing maybe in a chunky, clunky way on Soundtrap how to do it. I could go in and edit notes that I wanted. Sorry, I lost where I was. And play it. And then I noticed there's like a big chunk right here. That's okay. I can split the region and kind of pull it over a little bit and see what happens. So there's another big split there because I stopped and started. And it's okay because today we're really just worrying about what? Dotted rhythms that you got it in there and triplets. Now here I accidentally started on the wrong note, so I'm going to split that region, delete it, oops, and pull it over. I made a mistake there. Okay, so I want to see that you can do dotted rhythms, triplets, and accidentals. I hope you have a good time trying that. Don't forget to press save and answer your blue prompts. Thank you so much. Bye.